Make sure my volume is up. I'll wait and let some people come in. I'll wait. Happy Sunday. Y'all been saying y'all want to hear the theme song, so, you know. I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable. Okay, that's completely unreasonable. I'm reasonable. I'm unreasonable. You have no idea just how reasonable I am. Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate. Fitting, suitable, logical. All things I would definitely say describe me. Do they describe you? Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zane and Johnson. I'm reasonable. Hey everybody, let's see, let me say hi. Let me check in from the top. Happy Sunday, Seabreeze 40. Still I Rise in the building moderating. Thank you so much, Tay. I see you also moderating. Thank you so much for being here. Marco, how are you? Like chatting with a friend. Hey. SASJ, hey reasonable person. Hey, Jamoya Jemison. I hope I said that right. I love how y'all are starting. Like, hey everybody, y'all being reasonable. Happy Sunday. Okay, Seabree, starting off with the question: what we cook for Sunday dinner? Y'all can answer that. I never been a part of Hey reasonable people. Good afternoon, all. Hey Legacy 4487, you caught alive. I was actually looking at stuff in the news, right? I got my little laptop with me. I'm in a hotel room. I'm in a little nook in the corner because I chose to not let housekeeping come because I just wanted to sleep in today. I'm in Chicago. And so I'm in like a little corner near one of the closets. But I was looking at like headlines and stuff and really nothing. I do want to talk about the Wayans family, who is an absolutely wonderful Hollywood family, specifically Black Hollywood family, right? I want to talk about them being inducted into the NAACP. What is it called? Oh God, what is it called? They were honored Hall of Fame, and I want to talk. Keenan wasn't. I'm going to talk about it on Wednesday though, because it's like I got to give y'all imagery and all of that. So, and I haven't actually watched the awards yet. At some point this week, I'm going to watch the awards. So, I already put it. Legacy 4487. Go to the last live. Go into the comments. The link is in there. I can't remember if I pinned it to the top, but the link is in there. Just go look through the comments of the live. I made sure to do that, actually. Hey, Lorena 227. Hey, Lorena 227. From Lisbon, Portugal. Oh, Delayla Watson. Yeah, the shows are sold out, but definitely go. I think that you'll be able to get in. Tonight is only one show. It's the last show. It's at 7 p.m., which this live won't be very long. But this live won't be very long because I might go. Y'all know Mo Amer, right? His show's on Netflix. Y'all watch it. The last episode, it's really, I think it's like the best addition to any conversation about Palestine. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. The last episode, the finale episode. And I think a lot of times, because what's happening, in the Middle East is horrific. It's awful. And now it's even crossed over to absurd, But I think that sometimes in sort of trying to bring awareness and stuff like that, we do it with brute force. We do it with all of the horrific imagery. We do it with all of the dead children and the bloodshed, and we do it with that. And it still goes into the narrative that there's just this destruction. But the last episode, not to give it away, of Mo's show, the last episode, it just told a very beautiful story about a Palestinian family and their connection to that land. Beautiful story. And I was in tears. It was like, I'm like, it was like, it was such a, it was just, and I'm like, and it's like, this is what is at risk. This is what we gain to lose. This beautiful thing, you know? I don't know. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Anyway, I may go meet up with whatever. But so this ain't gonna be long, you guys. So forgive me. Let's see. Oh, but what I was saying, Delayla, is go. Every time I come downstairs, it was like one show or two. Like last night, late show, there was 2 seats that were available. Then they all the way in the back. They the worst seats. But they was available. So definitely go hit up the wait list. It's Sunday night, so you know, who knows what'll happen. But I definitely think you'll get in. I added new dates also, you guys. So the reason why I just made this like an Ask Z episode is because I just figured y'all can ask me questions that y'all want to ask me if you want. Like, you don't have to. But I was looking at headlines and stuff like that. It's really nothing. It's the same old crazy stuff, right? But we ain't about to just be bogged down with all the crazy stuff, right? I did a twist out on the wig. The other day before I got to Chicago. And I'm really liking it. And I feel like the more, like this, like the 3rd day of the twist out. Yeah, I feel like the more and more, you know, it's going to just get bigger and better. Anyway, yes, I will be in New York City April 4th. I'm glad that you naturally be yourself. I'm glad that you got 4 tickets. That's going to be a fun show. Because I'm gonna be trying a lot of new stuff, and it's going to be a fun show. So thank you for buying those tickets. I added some dates, you guys. But the reason why, like, get your questions ready. Ask me whatever you want to ask me for right now. You know? Ask me. The stuff that y'all might want to ask me, but you ain't at the show, or, you know, the I'm Reasonable episodes on Wednesday aren't live, you know, or I might miss your comment if you put it in. You know, ask me. It don't got to be about nothing. It could be about me. Whatever question, reasonable. Whatever reasonable question you have. Because I'm looking at this like, people are attacking Justin Bieber, trying to say that he is on. It's like, Justin Bieber been acting like that. A bunch of people. TMZ is hard for me because I don't know who 90% of the people that they be talking about are. 90% of the people that make TMZ headlines, I have no idea who they are. Sorry to that man. He could be walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man. And in this case, man means man, woman, child, whoever. Okay. And if for some reason I miss your question, if you ask me a question and I miss it, just put it in the chat again. I don't know if I'm coming to Philly City Winery, but I was in Philly late last year, and I will be back to Philly this year. It will most likely be at the Punchline. I know I came to Philly City Winery before, and I really like Philly City Winery. But I also like Punchline. Either way, I'll be in Philly. So just make sure you check my calendar to see what the actual venue is. Okay, so She Who Succeeds has a question that reads, do you ever, and if so, how do you deal with stage fright? When I'm doing something new, right? Like, so if tomorrow I had to do like a Broadway play, I would have stage fright. When I get on stage for stand-up, I'm very nervous, but it doesn't stop me. When I do acting work, I'm very nervous, but it doesn't stop me. And I find that the more prepared I am, it helps me, like, it's like if you drive a car, right? We all know how to drive a car. Or, no, what's a better example? we all know how to boil water, right? So it don't matter if we talking to a if we paying attention to our baby, if we having a disagreement with our husband or our wife, or somebody is knocking at the door, we could do all of those things and still put on a pot of boiling water, right? And so I feel like when I'm prepared, I'm gonna show up. Like the artist in me, the performer in me, it's like my body, my mind, it's like trained to do it. So it's gonna show up, right? I think that's the thing that pushes you past the fright of it all, is being prepared. Being prepared. And for me, it's always I went through an experience when I was 17, about to turn 18 years old, that gave me the perspective, the forever perspective of this, this ain't gonna kill you. And if it do, what do it matter? And they're always worse off things. So even if I'm terrible on this particular night, on this particular stage, it ain't gonna kill me. It's people going through much worse in the world. I'll be fine. Those are the thoughts. This is the perspective that helps me get through my stage fright. But definitely being prepared is like the number one thing. Yeah. Skylar Lang, are you a child, or are you just asking for a friend, or do you know that there's a child on here? When I schedule these, when I post anything on YouTube, I say it is not safe for kids. That's the prompt that I do. Not that I'm on here talking wow, you know what I'm saying? Not that I'm on here showing y'all my butt crack, but I just feel like you if you a kid and you want something to watch, go right over to my friend Tabitha Brown's page and watch Tab Time. Learn how to talk, read, love avocados. Go over there. Hey, Gabe from Delaware. I have not, like chatting with a friend, reviews, I have not heard from the Notebook guy. So she is referring to my crowd work show that I posted on YouTube. It's available if you haven't watched it. It's on my page. Go watch it. And there was a comedian, a guy who claimed to be a comedian, and he was sitting there in the front of the show with a notebook, taking notes of the entire show. And everybody know that's a no-no. So much so that now in clubs, it is a regular thing, if the club can afford it, to lock up your phones. Because it don't matter how many announcements they make at the beginning of the show, for some reason, y'all don't listen. People be sending me messages all the time, like, so I was the only one that listened when they said don't record during your show. I'll be like, yo. So they locking up phones now. They do it at the Comedy Cellar in New York, the Comedy Store. They lock up your phone. Obviously, really big acts, they've been doing it. Dave Chappelle was the one who started it. Kevin Hart, really big acts do it. I did it when I taped my special, Hijabs Off. I had Yonder. They actually donated the cases. So shout out to Yonder. They donated. Because Yonder, it costs like a certain amount of dollars per pouch. And I didn't have like a huge budget for my special. And so Yonder donated the pouches for my special. So shout out to them. Why did I start talking about that? I don't even know. Oh, so the guy with the notebook, he's sitting there taking notes, which is like a comics, but we don't like that because something that I don't know if y'all know, but what happens a lot of times in comedy clubs is TV writers, they come and they sit in our shows and they steal our jokes. Not every TV writer, but that was like a common thing. People would come in, watch the comedian, steal a bit, and then go do it somewhere else. Sit there with a whole notebook. Or press, people trying to get, line, especially if you have any sort of controversy going on. It's like they're going to sit there to write notes down from your show, then report it all out of context, And so, yeah, we get on edge when we see somebody sitting at our show with a notebook, and then the audacity to sit right in the front. The only time he reached out to me was when he said, can you please take it down, because it seems like I don't want that to be. And I'm like, you did it. Now hold yourself accountable. And I have not heard from him since. Let's see what else. Thank you, Johnny, for calling my hair beautiful. It is a wig, and as I said, if you want to buy this wig, I didn't get it custom. This isn't a custom color. It's not custom made for me. I did nothing to it. I didn't cut it. I didn't do nothing. I just washed it, plopped it on my head. Shane 312. I'm sorry to that MF. I'm sorry to that man. Oh yeah, Skylar, if you are a child, go. Bye. Depending on how old you, I would love for you to go read a book. That's what I would love for you to do, Skylar. If you are in fact under 18, go read a book. Python asked Rihanna or Beyonce. Years ago, this was like an easy answer, and it skewed on the side of Beyonce. Now, they can't even be compared because I'm always thinking about Beyonce in terms of music, and I never think of Rihanna in terms of music. Although I loved her last album. I think it's the only Rihanna album I've ever listened to. Was her last album. What was Rihanna's last album? Anti. I loved Anti. I still love it. I think it's like a phenomenal album. But when I think about Rihanna, I think about everything except music. I think about her style. I think about her brand. I think about her makeup. You know, I kind of think about A$AP Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think about her music. But Beyonce, I strictly think about her music. I think about her music. That's it. So right now, it's like, I really love them both. I love what they both offer, and they offer something extremely different. Beyonce is very, close to the vest. You don't know nothing I'm not giving you. Rihanna. That'll show you how, I'm just telling you, Rihanna is like what? Yeah, I say what I want. I do what I want. What? I look how I want what? And Beyonce is like, I'm very, you know what I'm saying? This is, we put this together. These are the vocals. These are the choreography. These are the visuals. This is what you will get to perfection. Yes, watch me on Upload. I play Alicia. It's available on Prime Video. Thank you so much, Dolores. Oh, okay, so I'll do this on Wednesday, but we added Pittsburgh. We going back to, let me just look. Let me just look. We added Tampa. We added Atlanta, May 30th. May 30th, Atlanta City Winery. Atlanta, Georgia, May 30th. City Winery, Atlanta, May 30th, 2 shows. 7 p.m., 10 p.m., Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all was asking for an Atlanta date. So it is going to be the Philadelphia Punchline. We going back to Pittsburgh. We going back to Raleigh, North Carolina. Tampa, Atlanta. I said that. Yeah, I can't go through the dates right now, but I'll put in the details if you want to know. And on Wednesday, I'll have it. I'll do it the right way. But tickets for New York are on sale. That's April 4th, New York City. Tickets for Tempe, Arizona are on sale. That is March 8th. Tickets for Atlanta are on sale. That is May 30th. Tickets for Baltimore, that's on sale. That's June 21st to the 23rd, I think. Seabreeze 40. Not being messy, but what you think of our friend allegedly putting James Avery And Reginald Johnson and others laugh out loud. I know he didn't mean anything negative. Are you comfortable talking about? Give me more specifics. Say specifics, Seabreeze. What groups, ethnicities in the U.S. do you personally consider allies? I can't say that. I don't look at any group like they're an ally. People are people. I'm surprised all the time. I know so many people across all cultures and socioeconomic backgrounds that show up and show out, and I really, really trust them, and I trust their motives and their intentions, and I see their actions. And then I have people who be talking a whole good and they cross the board. They black, white, brown, yellow, orange, they all of it. They will show up looking one way and not. Show up talking a good game and not. So I would never say what a group that I consider an ally. No, no, no. I've learned that I'm going to always show what I want mirrored back. And we're all human beings that are lumped into groups, but ain't one group monolithic at all. World's famous. Do you face criticism for being a Muslim woman in this profession? Yes. And unfortunately, the criticism usually comes from other Muslims. But it does not outweigh the amount of love and support that I get. The amount of love and support that I get from my Muslimas, especially. I've never heard that. Be for yourself. I never heard my voice sound like just hilarious. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, Maggie Mac. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Magimac. Thank you so much for watching Upload. We got a new season coming out this year. It's the 4th season, the final season. It's coming out this year. Cadence, what's up, Cadence? How you doing, girl? Happy Saturday, Zainab. I finally got my passport. Oh no. I finally got my passport. Where did that comment go? I finally got my passport, and yep, they put M on it instead of an X. Yo, they so stupid. I thought government didn't move that fast. Yo, ain't it crazy how people and entities and bodies move fast when it's the shit you don't want? When it's the worst thing in the world, when it's the... I'm sorry. But don't let it affect you in any way. I don't know what it can, like, if it's just to be like overt and disrespectful, then yeah, that sucks. Like our administration is just like it's like on the wrong side of history, truly, right? But if it does not stop you from traveling abroad, if it doesn't stop it from being a valid ID for you, then don't even worry about it, Cadence. Think about it like a driver's license picture, right? It's like, usually driver's license pictures, that is not a fair or accurate assessment of what I look like. I don't know what's up with that DMV camera. I don't know what's up with the operator behind that camera. But for some reason, every time we take pictures at the DMV, we look crazy. I don't know who that is in that picture, but I got to show it every time I pay for something. I got to show it every time I go through airport security. I got to show it every time. You know what I'm saying? I got to show it, whatever. I got to keep showing this picture, but I don't know who that picture is on my license. I have no idea who that picture is on my license. I have no idea who that person is on my license. But it don't ever stop me from going through whatever secure place I'm trying to get through. So think about it like that. It's so stupid. I saw, I guess maybe the most known person that it has happened to, because I did see it on TMZ, was an actor from Euphoria. And she got her license or her passport back, and it's like the passport they be talking about. It's gonna take 8 weeks, 10. Like it's like, but now y'all working fast. If I mean, I don't work for a government agency, so I'm maybe just talking reckless. What I'm about to say might sound unreasonable, but I would probably just still print X, unless it's not an option for them to print anymore. But if it's not an option and they see your passport photo, how are they choosing your gender? Like, what are they looking at your? Because is it Cadence? Did you just renew your passport, or is this your first time getting a passport? Oh, you finally got your passport. So what, you had to use like a birth certificate or something, and on your birth certificate it says male? Give me some more details. Either way, it's unreasonable, and I'm sorry to you, but give me a few more details. I'm so sorry, Jamie. I do not speak fluent enough Spanish. I know you saying have a good day, and I know some of the stuff that you saying, but I'm sorry. I don't speak fluent enough Spanish for your message. Yeah, Anti is a good album. I used to listen to that album constantly. I used to run to that album. If you could run to some ballads, then it's this good music. If you run into ballads and it's not like up tempo, it's good. Rochelle, do the people in the chat hitting on you? No, I don't even, no. Doesn't bother me at all. And I know anything that's like super disrespectful, that's why Still I Rise and Tay are, that's what they making sure don't I don't even really see it. The way they be getting stuff up out of here. I don't even see it. And let me just say, I'd rather people hit on me in the chats than me walking down the street and they actually be in front of me. Ugh, yikes. All things considered, as soon as I can announce any new jobs, as soon as I can announce them, I will. Hey, Miley Pitt, thank you so much. I am having a really wonderful weekend, enjoying myself in Chicago. Chicago is cold, but it's not as cold. It's not windy. So it's cold. Like yesterday, it was like 17 degrees. But me and my friend, we was just walking. It was like great because it's not windy. And I eat so good because Chicago got such good food. And my shows have been like fantastic. So it's been a really good weekend. Thank you. Oh, Miami, Liberty City. You know what? I'll be honest with you, Wise Up 786. I've been asking my agents, like, what about Miami? And I'm telling you, a lot of comics, they be like, you sure you want to go to Miami? They be acting like Miami ain't really a comedy city. Thank you so much for watching Hijabs Off so many times. Keep watching it. Thank you, BI. Thank you. Boogie Rhea, that's actually not the case though. Like, it's like you could be all the way. There's some Muslim countries that are really. It's just not the case. That is a misrepresentation of the Islamic woman, that we only allow, that we just be about showing our eyes. That is a misrepresentation of the Islamic woman. I'll say that. The Muslim woman. Thanks you guys for all the compliments. Not my first time in Chicago. And how am I liking the crowds from Shane 312? Chicago is always a city I look forward to performing in. I even said it to them on my Friday night shows. I said, okay, y'all, so I think that's the special. And they was like, yeah, and I was like, now I got to just figure out where I'm going to tape it. I was like, and I would have loved to tape it in Chicago, but I'm performing it for you guys. And they was like, no, tape it in Chicago. And I was like, okay, if I tape it in Chicago, y'all got to act like y'all didn't hear this material tonight. So Chicago has always been, since the beginning of my career, it has always been a city that I look forward to performing in. Erica BSMS said, Hazy, how do you keep your skin beautiful and stay slim? I think that my beautiful skin came from my God and my parents. I do think that it's genetics. And so I can't really give you any, like tricks, but how I maintain healthy skin is I make sure to clean it, moisturize it, and I clean it and moisturize with like very products that have very little fillers or chemicals in them, very natural products, and I wear sunscreen. And I didn't do this when I was a young adult. I would wear makeup and I would not wash the makeup off. Now I try to be, there's some nights where I'm just so tired after a show. I just like, I'll take a wipe and just, but no, I really try to give my face a nice like cleansing at the end of every night. You gotta wash your face, brush your teeth. And slim, that's also genetics because last night I had a whole thing of pizza in bed, and this morning I had a whole bag. That is genetics, but I do try to move as much as possible. But it's also genetics. I'm sorry, but as I get older, I'm keeping weight on me. I am. I've noticed. SASJ, SASJ, yes, which is why every Ramadan is approaching, and every Ramadan I just like set a new intention to like improve upon my Ramadan. And this Ramadan, I am going to be focused on like fellowship and really, being at the masjid, really being immersed in a Muslim community. And it is really hard when I travel. That's why in the month of March, I have only one show, which is not too far from my house. I only have one road gig, which is Arizona. That's a very short flight from my house. It's one night only. And so, yeah, it is pretty hard. Although, during Ramadan, there are times where you are excused from fasting. You're excused from fasting. So if you're traveling, you're excused from fasting. If you're sick, you're excused from fasting. If you're pregnant, if you're on your menstrual, you're excused from fasting. But you have to make up those days. But I'm not really good at making up the days. And so I like to do it whenever, during the month of Ramadan. I don't know if it's like the collective Islamic community makes me feel, stronger, makes me feel connected to something. And so I just be pushing through it. I don't care where I am in the world. Last year, I had shows, the second half of Ramadan, I had shows in Australia. My clock was all out of whack. And in the Eid, I celebrated the Eid in New Zealand. My last 2 or 3 days of Ramadan in the Eid, that was in New Zealand. I was like, but I did it. I did it. But this year, inshallah, I'm staying very close to home, and I will be immersed in my, masjid community this Ramadan, inshallah. Hey, Zafri Kelly P. You said we got the same name. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, can we talk about the TV release? Yeah, Freddie, it's even, I'm about to go outside now. Um, it says 34 degrees. That's like, it's like hot weather in Chicago, right? For this time of year, for February. Um, Deborah Ganny, happy weekend. I do. I do have three book selections. The first book, I actually just got this book from my little brother. It's The Artist's Way, and I don't think you need to be I got four books actually. I don't think you need to be an artist to read and do this book. I think it's just helpful for human beings to I mean, you may tap into the artist in you, but I just think it's a helpful book for any person. So it's The Artist's Way. The other one that just came into my mind is it's the Louise Hay book. It's the Healing. You Can Heal Your Life. Yes, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, the original one. I think it's been so successful that she's redone them a few times, but the original one, it's like a yellow cover and it has a heart on it and it says you can heal your life. It not only is it a good read, and it is how our mental, emotional is directly correlated to our physical health. Directly. Not only is it a good read, but it's a good reference to have always, because at the end of the book, it's like the second half of the book is every single thing that you do, anything that you have, you start having like acne or like dry skin, anything, you go to that reference and it'll tell you what emotionally and mentally is connected to it. So definitely that. And then for nonfiction, obviously the autobiography of Malcolm X. I be reading that book every couple of years. I'll be reading that book every couple of years. Definitely read the autobiography of Malcolm X. Actually, I believe, as much as it is an autobiography, I believe it was either written or worked on or put together by Alex Haley. But yeah, definitely that one. And then a fiction book, I feel like I've said this so many times. And why Octavia Butler Kindred. I was gonna say, why am I going black? Octavia Butler Kindred. Oh, them is my books. Read them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I would say, yeah, and that's it. I'm about to say something different, but keep that to myself. Miss Makiba, yes, I was thinking about doing that. She said, would you consider creating an inner circle fan experience for movie nights with commentary? Yo, so one of these nights, me and my friend, we just ordered Mufasa the Lion King at the hotel, and we sat here and watched. One night we sat here and watched it. Let me tell you, yes, I feel like I feel like it's very fun to watch them. I'll be having so much commentary watching movies. So that's something that I would probably not do on YouTube just for licensing purposes. I'd have to do it on like Patreon or something like that. So I'm interested. Let me just think about if that's something that I can really commit to and show up for. I hate putting stuff out there and I'm like, y'all, I can't meet the expectations. Maybach, yes, Maybach 1804, but no, Maybach Mel. Okay, Maybach Mel 1804. Definitely a Boston date will be added. Just stay tuned. Okay, I'm about to go, y'all. I gotta go. I know this was a short live, and I didn't but I'm showing my face. Oh, before I go, I don't know if she's watching right now, but shout out to Ruby. Ruby was at one of my shows this weekend at Zanies in Chicago. And she actually said it to me. She was like, and I'll see you, I'm going to be reasonable tomorrow. She said something like, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, you coming back to the show? I was like, you coming to the show again? And she was like, you doing the live, right? You doing the Unreasonable live, right? And I was like, girl. So Ruby, she came to the show with her homegirls. She came to the show with 2 of her friends. And yeah, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the support. Okay, let's see if there's one more question that could take us out of here. Yo, everybody, rounds of applause for Still I Rise. Rounds of applause for Still I Rise. Rounds of applause for Tay. Rounds of applause for Tay. Rounds of applause for Still I Rise, please, because they are, like, honestly, doing the Lord's work by way of my weekend live. All right, you guys. That's it, because I got stuff to do. So thank you so much. I know this was brief. If you want to ask Z questions at the end of the Unreasonable episodes, you have to submit Ask Z questions. So to submit Ask Z questions, you can either put them in the comments, but I might miss them if they in the comments. You got to hashtag it with Ask Z, and so it might jump out to me, but also you can always send an email to zainabcomedyvip@gmail.com. zainabcomedyvip@gmail.com. Submit your Ask Z questions so that at the end of the episode, I can do Ask Z. Okay? I can give my opinion on what's reasonable or unreasonable in your lives. Okay. That's it for me, you guys. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful rest of your Sunday. And if you will be at my show tonight in Chicago, I will see you there. Yeah. Okay. Bye.